And I'm live. Okay. Hey man, sorry, one step away. What's up, Dave? Did a stream this morning and finishing up working here, working from home. Been sick for a week. Damn. It seems like everybody's sick. Like every time the seasons want to shift a little bit, everybody gets the sniffles, myself included. Oh, I brought it home from the airport. That's the worst place to get diseases to carry around with you. You got sick for only one day, and then you got it bad for a week. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, there's a time that I remember a particular comic artist that went to a convention and came back and got several people at the studio sick. He came back with some crud that made it on the airline or something. And it was like summertime stuff like this too, which is always the stuff that kicks your ass really bad. Yeah, convention funk. Yeah, no shit. But yeah, anytime you get sick with any kind of cold or flu or any shit like that in the summertime, it's always going to kick your ass. I don't know why that is. It must be just like it's got to be a hardy strain to make it or something. I don't know. Yeah, I think he's doing a nice job. He's really been stepping up his game to try and do tighter pencils and to you know to just step up his game in general. And I've been using it as an opportunity to sharpen my skills up because you know, been sitting pretty idle for a long time. It's been an interesting month and a half as I've had to suddenly assemble like only three cameras and messing with new software and trying to get this stuff figured out. And then people wanted to see me do actual ink rather than digital stuff, and I'm like, well, the old stuff I used to use was working like shit, and I don't really have room for that kind of a setup. But these disposables they've got these days are pretty good. So just trying to find a workflow that works rather than a corporate workflow that they insist upon. I've even given some thought to Maybe I would do a project and do the pages at letter size like this, and then just scan them at like 1200 DPI, and then clean them up and clip. Like, do I really have to work at 11 by 17 anymore? Because I don't have a drawing table anymore. I'm really not set up for it. Comics were crushing it like they used to be. It would be playing with the pocket brush. It would print just how you want it to look. Yeah, he's gonna print this. He's gonna print physical copies of this book, and if I'm not mistaken, he's planning on having this sucker ready for September. He's getting down the line with it, and he's got. I don't want to say it's like this is book 5 of the series, and they're big, thick books too. He's really invested in the story. It's one of the reasons why I was so impressed with him and thought about working with him. Like a fan with some real passion and some skill, and he has something he wants to do, and he could probably use a hand. And I needed something to practice on, kind of, in a way. Like, well, this lets me get my engine up and running without having to come up with a story concept or any of that. Like working with Rob let me really just sort of hit the ground running with my strong suits, and then try to work my way into stuff that's been sitting around a while. Hey, Rob, what's up? I didn't even check before I started streaming. Like, oh, I hope I didn't crash Rob's stream. I was just like, well, better do this when it'll let me. Because sometimes I have connection problems and such. Yeah, Jason was asking me when this was coming out. Rob, this is coming out in September, right? Is that the deadline you're shooting for? Like a convention that you're gonna have this drop? September. Cool. And the goal today is to knock out knock out a page since I'm working on pen and paper here. Is this some dude's head back here, Rob? Is that what we got going on? Really teeny tiny back there. Probably not gonna print. Okay, so that is ad. All right. I think I'm gonna do that digitally and pop it in. I don't want to try and do that analog. My eyesight's not that good anymore. Like you can hear the Andy Griffith, huh? Right on. My microphone is only like on two, and that's in the other room. I was just talking to my mother-in-law. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be on live, so don't yell anything controversial. You know, sometimes she'll yell at her TV a little bit, especially if the news is on. Anabot Animations. Yo, bro, it is morning. Right on. Yeah, Jason, you would know the other theme song that's playing now if it was playing just a little louder. But yeah, it's Beverly Hillbillies. No, the banjo's a little lower. since that whiteout's drying and I don't want anything to mess it up, I'm going to break out a different page that I've got printed out here. Okay, so you did hear about it. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, oh no, I told you what it was. That's right. I forgot I mentioned it. But yeah, they had a story about the man named Jed. You know, she watches a lot of classic TV, so I get to hear all these old theme songs. You know, I know the theme song to Rawhide by heart and the Golden Girls, which is actually, I'm like, you know what? That's actually a pretty funny show. I found out, I guess, the Golden Girls used to be written by Conan O'Brien. Like, oh, well, maybe that's why I was laughing. Feeling like it's actually a good written show. Someone's saying, what's going on, man? I was actually kind of surprised. I had uh, people show up this morning when I live streamed too. Like, oh hey, actually people showed up, but I was just trying to get this stuff done and here chit chatting with you guys on this little TV tray for more than maybe an hour or so before it would really start to bug my back and shit like that. It's real comfortable to doing being in that position. Some nice clean pencils, Rob. I'm gonna say. Water was boiling for your tea. That's all right. Didn't miss much. I was just inking and shooting the crap here with everybody. Talking shit. I don't know if I'll actually use these speed lines or not, or if I'll redo them digitally. There we go. Need to do them faster. Getting to ink the heroes death scene. Fisto don't make it. You can do like an homage to Chris Claremont and have a great big old yarg. He used to like that one, yarg. Thinking of Chris Claremont gimmicks now. If I open my eyes for even a fraction of a second without my protective visor, my optic blast could cripple someone or worse, maim someone or worse. That's what he liked, maim more than cripple. Okay. And that pretty much takes care of that part of that panel. And we can go back to this page where our whiteout's probably dry now. That pit pen's been sitting around a little too long. But it did give me that, so. Yeah, well, especially when you've had them sitting around for the better part of a decade, like these have been. You know, like I was saying, I just pulled out analog inking supplies again for the first time in 10 years. So some of it's old, some of it's new, some of it's wearing out. But uh, again, I'm at the stage of my career where since I'm scanning this stuff myself, um, hey, if it makes a printable line and I can control the threshold enough to get it to stay, then I'll use it. If I want to pull out a big pen, I'll pull out a big pen. No, I don't make it a habit to do that, but if that's what it's needed to get the line I'm looking for, I don't care anymore. I'm not precious about supplies. Doing storyboard stuff sort of got me out of that because the public doesn't really see that, and at least most of the time. And for those guys, as long as it'll photocopy or go over, I'm gonna date myself here. Or back in the day, as long as it'll go through a fax machine, then that's good enough. using Copic multiliners. I haven't messed with those. I keep hearing Copics are kind of crappy now. Hey, Chuck Lee, he was here this morning. How you doing? So I just kind of looking up to catch up with my chat here and make sure I'm not missing saying hi to anybody. Copic multilines. Is that what Sylvester's using to do that stuff? Get that gray ass line he's got? He used him a lot on the Batman series. Huh. And do they give you gray lines like that? I mean, is it just like, oh, well, that's how he's getting it? Because I know there's been a lot of speculation between, like, oh, is it pencil? Is it ink? What kind of pen is he using? Cool. That's all he used. All right. Mm. I should have had my books handy while I was here doing my live stream. Show everybody the books I got today. I got a book of a Jack Kirby book where he's doing war and omnibus, war and romance stuff. They collected into an omnibus, and I picked that up. And and I've got a trade paperback here that I got today of Al Williamson. This reprints of his Star Wars stuff. So I've got it all collected in one spot, you know. Hey, there's David Alicia back. Oh, which Al Williamson? It's this one. It's classic Star Wars Escape to Hoth. It reprints several issues of the classic Star Wars series that Dark Horse did in the 90s. Yeah, issues 15 through 20. And then I have other trade paperbacks coming of the other issues. I was like, wow, check out like great looking background inks and stuff like that. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at. Great stuff. Okay, I gotta get back to inking here. This ain't Sunday. Can't sit here looking at artwork. I should be inking. There's a deadline. Yeah, back to work, sir. Right on. Yeah. I'm trying to slip back into the old mode. That's I'm gonna need more pages, Rob. So I'm gonna live stream ink by hand like this and do digital stuff. It's gonna go faster. So, and I know that's good news. You're looking to crank, and my audience is growing. I'm looking at giving them something to look at. Now I do have ideas of my own that I've been developing, but in the meantime, I can get nice and warm making your stuff. I tell you what, the thing that I miss the most about Clip Studio Paint now when I'm doing analog inks is the ability to flip it, because I have a hotkey set up on Clip Studio Paint where I just like with a touch of a button, everything flips backwards. So if you've got a line that's going in a direction that your hand doesn't really want to go, you just flip it, do it the other way. And I can't do that with this. I miss that. Procreate. The small trade paperback version of Williams Empire. Oh, the one that Marvel put out back in the day. I think I've got one of those around as well. It's not in the best of shape. Small. Oh, trying to catch up on the chat. Ordered the personal 11 by 17 scanner yesterday. Finally, yeah, that would be. I just can't see throwing the money in it. I can make this thing work, and I'm like, okay. It's a pain in the ass to have to piece things together, but yeah, I wish I had I had one of those 2 foot thick ones as well, and eventually got to the point where bulbs burned out, and I couldn't find replacement bulbs, and but now I'm like looking for a light box that has LED like that, but all the ones on Amazon, you read the reviews, like they stop working after a couple months or whatever. Like, man, here's where I risk sounding like the standard old man. Back in my day, things were made better. Well, they kind of were. Like when I was a kid, like if you bought 2 TVs in your lifetime, that was a lot because they lasted half a century. Of course, who the hell needed a TV? There was only 3 stations on anyway. The old light box was so thick and drawn it. Yeah, yeah. I did. I had a huge light box. I got it from my ex-wife's father. Uh, that I forget what I did with it. Somewhere along the way, it couldn't make it through a move. Uh, but he had this huge light box. And when I say huge, I mean like the size of a drawing table. It was like for photography. It was a photographer's light box, and it was enormous. And that was the light box that I did my samples on. Uh, it got me into Wildstorm. Aw, and there's my sweet dog Marvin giving me kisses on my leg while I sit here trying to ink, talk to you guys. He's such a sweet dog, sweet boy. That's my buddy. Yeah, yeah. I don't know where he had this one that he had. It was too big. I want to say the thing was like 4 feet wide or some shit, and like 3 feet, 3 feet long, 3 feet tall, basically. It's this enormous hulking thing. Um, Now it was nice to ink my samples on it at the time, but yeah, it was just this enormous behemoth. I don't know anything about that. Uh, what's a CC? I don't know what that is. I thought you were doing a pretty nice job of that, aping that Sylvester piece. And like as long as you put it up on Front Street, I don't think anybody really minds an homage here and an homage there. It's just when you don't say anything and everybody goes, "Oh, aren't you swell?" Like, well, yeah, I guess I am if I'm swiping Frank Miller or whoever, you know. But as long as you're upfront about it, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There you go. The after Sylvester, that covers it as far as I'm concerned. You know, you've given credit where credit is due, and that's all you really need to do as far as crediting the piece goes. The only other thing that like, what are you going to do? Pay a design fee? I'm not going to pay a design royalty for something like that. I'm sorry. Usually not. Mm. You give a little inking lesson while I'm doing this. We're going to do this the old fashioned way that we used to do it just when I started at Wildstorm. You start with your furthest back elements first, and you use your thinnest line. And that way, anything you do that has a thicker line to it pops forward. Yeah, the High-Tech C. I just recently uh, tried these, and I agree. Like, if you need a nice, thin, dead sort of line, like I'm looking for here to do this stuff, to do the smoke in the berry background, it's going to give you that nice, consistent sort of line. Yeah, I got these off of Amazon, like five of them or something. Hey, take it easy, Jason. Thanks for stopping by, man. Good to see you. How long have I been streaming? About an hour? All right, cool. And I'm making good progress, too. All right. Somebody out there watching might notice that the lines are becoming gradually thicker and more dense as we come up in depth. That's no accident, because that's how we get that 3D effect. And by having heavier strokes up front like this and lighter strokes in the back, we're going to create that illusion of depth. Oh yeah, we're going to throw a couple blacks down for good measure too. Okay, and for this, okay, I was thinking maybe I would do a silhouette on that rock, but maybe not. Had fun with the trap top figure. Right on. It's a nice one. And it's pretty much given the depth that I think we need here. Mm, yeah, I'm liking that. to fix that. Okay, I'm just going to do that digitally. It'll be much easier to correct. And lesson learned, if you want a hard edge, get out your curves. So yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to maintain this kind of an inking pace each day, so I can help Rob get this book out. And then I think he and I are going to do something else together. I hope to. I think it's starting to gel together pretty well. I'm getting used to what he does. He's getting used to what I do. Oh, you like the rock texture? Cool. Really, what I was trying to do there was, you, like I said, we're trying to go from thin stuff back here to a little thicker, to a little thicker, to a little thicker, and then we want our dramatic dark spots up here. So we're building that depth. And knowing that, I saw an opportunity there where I could add some detail and add some texture. Okay. Shit. Okay. I'm going to have to make a change here. We got a tangent. Right there. Too many things coming in on that spot. Hey, thanks. Someone saying that's sort of the idea that we had in mind. Thinking, hey, team up, double our efforts, and work together on this stuff. Okay, and we're just going to avoid that tension altogether by redirecting this rock. All better. Like it never happened. Oh, yeah. Well, it's one of those things that I didn't spot either until I was right there with it. And I was like, oh, wait, all this is going to screw up the depth right there. So we'll just redirect. So we kind of have the same thing happening here, but Unless I'm going to redraw the... Wait, no, I can do that. Okay. Let me get this stuff back out again. Yeah. Just like that. Oh, I wish I was better at hands, Rob. I could help you more here. But that's going to work. So, okay. I think I'm just about to wrap up here because I'm going to finish this face digitally. Make sure I can get all that detail in the face just right. My eyesight is not what it used to be back in the day. So tight little details like that, I am better off leaving to digital. But we will get most of this done right here while you guys are checking it out. I got you here. Yeah, so I'll just come in and do the banding into his head. I'm going to leave that cloud out. I think that confuses the issue right there. And then we'll come in and do the little head back there too. So between all that stuff and this figure, I think that's a complete page today. All right, go ahead and ink some of this gauntlet while we're at it. While we're here. Every once in a while, I'll hit a moment of zen. Oh, yeah. I think we all have those days. Some would say they can't draw anything to save your life. Hey, thank you, David Alicia. I'm just looking over the chat again, so trying to catch up. I promise I'm not trying to ignore anybody. I'm just very into what I'm doing here. Not much of a spectator sport, but gonna be easier to put those gems in later. Hey, thank you, someone saying. Everybody hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell for the notifications. Time for Hogan's Heroes. Time for old men to go to bed soon. The intros to stuff that plays over the Roku is incredibly loud for whatever reason. I was really surprised how many people showed up in the morning. This morning, I did not expect a live stream at 8 a.m. to do as well as it did on a weekday. But Chuck Lee turned up, and that was somebody else that was here earlier in the chat. Oh yeah, David Alicia was up here. Yeah, I had 3 or 4 people, and I think they were mostly people that were fairly new to watching my channel. Faces names I didn't recognize before popping up in the chat. I don't know, Rob. Maybe if we start making some cash with this next thing, start doing some original artwork we can sell to folks, things like this. Maybe I can see my way through and splurge, get a big format scanner. I've always kind of wanted one of those suckers, but man, they just want a ton of money for them compared to like a regular personal home scanner. Yeah, I'm sorry about that so much. And I gotta kind of pop on here when I can. I'm actually kind of surprised the connection's doing as well as it's been doing tonight, because it seems like in the evenings it can be real finicky for me. Okay. I hope to get this done too, but it's getting late. It's starting to hurt my back, bending over and stuff like this. So we're gonna put this down for now. You were at Best Buy. The only ones built into printers. Yeah, the large format scanners are huge, and they don't come with printers. It's just a scanner. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream for tonight, and go ahead and call it a night. I've been going for about 145 minutes. So, but yeah, 2 streams today where you guys got to check out some live inks, and I got pretty much a page done. So, nice productive day. Um, Rob, if you're still watching, I'm gonna need more pencils, man. So we're gonna start knocking them out like this. So, all right. Oh, you're gonna jump on now too and go for it. All right. Yeah. So yeah, we'll just rock it out this way, man. Everybody that stopped in to join me, I appreciate it. Um, I will be doing some more live streaming and stuff tomorrow. To finish up these pages, and I might be doing digital live stream tomorrow. In order to put these pages together in clip. But yeah, I really appreciate it. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Um, hit that like button before you go. All right. All right. Have a good night, everybody. We'll talk to you later.